This Pisces is not with their divine masculine, but I feel like you can't tell them that. You can't tell them that that's not their man. Yeah. But someone is becoming an emperor. Or they could be an Aries, and they understanding that their home life ain't valid. And they know secretly that they have been out of bounds. They have been out of balance here. They have not recognized their siblings in the spirit. They have not recognized who they associate themselves with. They've been two-faced. They've been in between. Secretly, they know that they ain't grounded. Whoever this Hermit Virgo energy is. So there's a mother figure that's going through a transformation secretly. Somebody is putting in the work here. They're here to bring karma to these motherfuckers. Yeah. So these people supposed to be getting karma. What was I channeling, Holy Spirits? I was going to say something. These people know that they're supposed to be getting karma here. I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. About this money here. So, like I said, there's two masculines, Ogun and Shango here. Both of them have entered karmic contracts, but one of them is a better option than the other. I personally can tell y'all why one of them is a better option than the other. For one of them did not sleep with my friend, or somebody that was supposed to be my friend. They didn't do that. They just had a kid with somebody. Okay, but both of these men had kids with people, but one of them had kids with somebody that you know. So that's why they're not in the running to be with this goddess, this queen, to cross this bridge. But they're going to try to use your weakness. You could be sold for money. This person come in with a bag like, yeah, would you forgive me? I want to take you shopping. I got you some money. You will likely fall for this person. You need to take a look at that. That is a weakness. Just because they got some money, you willing to forgive them. You willing to cry in a Bentley. Even though this person has had a kid with somebody that you were close with. So you need to take a look at that. Somebody here. But Spirit wants to keep talking about this Pisces. I feel like Spirit wants you with this other energy that could be connected to this Pisces, because they may not have messed with somebody that you know. But they are connected to someone here that has a stronghold on them. They could be a Pisces here. They in between. They're confused about this person. They're not stuck, though. This person can get out of this. Okay. Well, we have the 12th house in reverse. Either they're not stuck. They're thinking that they're not stuck. And they are stuck. Yeah, I feel like this person think that they ain't stuck. They feel like they're not stuck. But they are stuck. That's an injustice for you to feel like you're not stuck somewhere. You are stuck, sir. I don't know what you're confused about. Mars energy. And maybe this person has done some type of sex magic on you. I don't know, but you standing on that. You applying pressure like I ain't stuck. Like you really feel like you ain't stuck. Your ass is stuck like Chuck, sir. I don't know why you're in denial about this, but only God. It's gonna take God because you a hard-headed motherfucker here. Yeah, you hard-headed. Gemini. There's also a twin here that's standing on shit. I don't know who twin flame. Somebody's there. There could be a Gemini sun sign. There's a twin here that's also in this Mars energy. What's going on with this twin? Data Scorpio. So this twin, this twin is, and I feel like this twin and they North Node because they know what's going on. They know about somebody's routine secretly. I feel like this twin is Shango's energy. They know what the fuck is up. But damn, it's like you know what's up, but you toxic. You slept with somebody that I know. But you know what's going on. The other person is still confused. They haven't caught on yet. But the worst option, they know what's going on collectively. Like, this shit ain't fair. The worst of them all, the one that slept with somebody that you know that's willing to pay you to forgive them, they know spiritually what's going on. But they in the worst shape when it comes to being with you. The other person that's better off than them, they confused. They ain't where this other person is. This shit crazy, y'all. They ain't, man, they ain't on their shit. And I need for them to get on their shit because you feel like they're a better option. But spiritually they are not because they confused about what's going on. Yeah. They trying to tap into their intuition. They're becoming an infant. They don't know that you're the mother. You're mother Gaia, honey. You're the divine mother in secret. They still confused about who you are. This Leo here, I feel like they've been listening to what's been being said. I don't know if they've been watching tarot or whatever they've been doing. They've been hearing people talking about somebody not having a transformation. They're in the upright, so they listening. I ain't gonna lie, this energy turned me on because this person is in class taking notes. They're like, yeah, what you said now, but they toxic as fuck. This person toxic as fuck, you guys. Oh my God. Oh my God, this person toxic, but they done set their toxic ass down in the classroom, honey. If we had to talk about who was getting straight A's in class, this motherfucker getting straight A's. They got their paper, they got their pen, and they said, you said what? They have a transformation, and this is why. Okay. They're very studious in the spirit. They're valedictorian right now. And that's a turn on. Like, they know who the enemy is, bro. They know this motherfucker being talked about, everything. They know this op bitch is being dragged in the spiritual street, baby. They know all the tea. They know all the tea. They know who got them in a bad contract. This other person is confused about who got them in a bad contract. They ain't doing no type of work. They don't feel like anything is wrong. And that's why you're not attracted to them. They haven't even recognized that there's an issue. They're kind of biased when it comes to that. So you ain't even checking for them. You ain't even checking for them. Because they don't fully grasp. They ain't in the class yet, y'all. If they are in the class, they talking and doing other shit. They not. But whoever their opponent is, baby, they taking notes. They sitting in the front of the fucking class. This is the best way I can put it, y'all. They sitting in the class. They in their North Node. They sitting down. They listening. They're like, how can I get out of this shit? Okay, what I need to do. Like, they're paying attention. Oh, my God, y'all. This is crazy. I hope I ain't saying too much over my dad, but this is what's going on. Yeah, this Scorpio, they in their North Node. They still figuring out how to tap into their intuition. They're still becoming one with their intuition, but they are in their North Node. Why? Because they want to learn. They are aware. They have agreed with what's being said. Like, yeah, I see this shit. Like I said, they could be finding out that they're a reincarnated God. So they want to know, okay, how do I move with this shit? They want to know. They're sitting down in the class. And this is the person that was the roughest in this shit. Like, this is the one who was the baddest kid. It's given the bad kid who used to skip school and smoke weed in the hallway and shit. Nah, they sitting in the class now. They in the class. They getting straight A's and shit now. Like, what? Because they're understanding that they shit is fucked up spiritually. They understanding that they got work to do. This could be somebody's twin flame. Okay? Yeah, they know who you are. They recognize you. They are in agreement. If you know, like I'm saying that I'm Oshun, baby, they believe that I'm Oshun. They know what's up. They know what's up. Yeah, they like, baby, you supposed to have money. You a star. Like, what the fuck? You a whole star seed. You supposed to be in your bag. Like, they are in agreement with this. Yeah, I fucks with it. But they cannot use this money to try to bait you in, though. And that's also where, you know, they're kind of like iffy. You know, they would rather just come in with the money, spoil you to repair for whatever's going on, and you know they have to take a different approach, because that's where your shadow side work take. Like you're learning a lesson. If you the divine feminine, you this feminine energy, you learning a lesson not to just deal with what a nigga give you because they got money. You are learning your own lesson. So this person cannot condone in that. They can't just come in and be like, here, this is why they toxic, because they trying to just pay their way through some shit. And you got to learn a lesson about that. So God will not be pleased with what you doing if you accept them in this money without them doing the emotional work. That you haven't done your shadow work, because you still think it's okay to be with a man because they got money, even if they cheat or whatever the fuck they do here. God is whooping all y'all asses. He's whooping everybody's ass. Everybody has their own work to do. You know, because we breaking generational curses off our bloodline. So if the Oshun has this energy, then her daughters most likely have this energy too, some of them. Y'all willing to be with a nigga because they got money. Y'all willing to go through whatever because these men can take care of you. Hello, look at what's going on in the world. It's a lot of women like that. Okay? But you know, there's a masculine here, or some type of Aries. There's an Aries female here. There's an enemy, or they could have enemies. They in between. They're I don't know who this Aries is, but there's an Aries feminine here that is toxic. They could be doing this shit, or this could be somebody that's very masculine as a female. Okay. Or there's a woman in an Aries. Take it as it resonates. There's also a Leo here that's applying pressure when it comes to somebody's routine. So this Leo could be on somebody's neck. Like, say if this Leo got workers working for them, they could be giving these workers a hard time. Like breathing on their ass. Like, is you doing my shit right? You know, they standing on this person's routine. Breathing on somebody here. They know that they're a twin, okay? They could have been confused about this twin flame connection at some point. They could kind of still be confused about being a twin. So they have not really administered karma to somebody, or they have not had karma. But they know business ain't right. They know this shit ain't right. This is very much so given, like maybe somebody wants to be forgiven. They ain't connected with their twin, so they just settling for some shit that they know is wrong. But they really want to breathe on your fuck ass. They really want to breathe on whoever they're connected to. But they may be like, for what? If my twin ain't even gonna forgive me, I really want to breathe on this bitch, but ain't no point if I ain't gonna be able to get back with my twin. So they in between doing something about a situation, because I feel like they do want to do something about it, but they don't know if they gonna get what they deserve, what they feel like they deserve behind it. But I feel like that's a part of their shadow work. You got to do this shit for you, not because you're expecting something out of it. You got to do this for you. This your life, a motherfucker then rerouted, or somebody has completely rerouted your destiny. If you gonna stand on a bitch, you standing on them for you. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. They just benefit from you choosing to defend yourself. You choosing to stand on business about you. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. This is personal. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like you need to shift your perception and how you're looking at that. But you definitely know that something is off with somebody's routine. The work they doing, you feel like this shit's sloppy. Like, yeah. You feel like it's sloppy. There's a Virgo coming out sideways. You know, okay, you could be watching a Virgo, or there's a Virgo here that's in between the transformation. They making moves. They applying pressure. They trying to get out of some shit. They really not stuck, though. They the mama. Oh, they in their North Node. They're really not stuck. I guess it's time to let these bitches know who the mama is, because they are the mother. Big Cancer energy, or they could be a Cancer. They're in their North Node. They're not stuck. Their work is at a pause, at a standstill. There's a Pisces here. Okay, or this could be somebody's spirit. Their spirit is in, playing for both sides. They need to pick a side. They need to pick a side here. They act like they don't know who their family is. There's a Pisces, or this could be somebody's spirit that's in between. Give me one more roll. Let's see. Yeah, there's a Virgo here that has some type of pregnancy. They're not in their north node. They're in between. I'm here to tell y'all, man, I don't got to get up here and lie to y'all about this shit. First of all, the angels don't have to get up here and lie. Because I am not saying this shit from my own perception. This is coming straight from source. So somebody had a breakup with somebody here. There's unresolved issues here. Somebody could still be angry about this breakup. There may be some closure that needs to be had about this breakup here. Someone has been healing, but they could lack confidence. They could lack strength, energy. They feel disrespected when it comes to them traveling, evolving, or whatever this is. Somebody feels disrespected. Okay. Take it as a resonance. This could be you or somebody you're connected to. They feel like, these people are not tapped into their faith. So therefore they disrespect them. And they have not gotten karma for this yet. They've been getting disrespected here. But we got the devil card coming out in reverse. I feel like these people are getting a pass because they are not connected. For one, they're non-believers. This ain't toxic because they didn't know better. But somebody is suffering the consequences of you not knowing. The fact that you're not knowing somebody is being abused or they're not being treated properly because of your lack of knowledge. But Spirit is saying, it's not toxic because they don't know. God will give us grace if we don't know something. But once you know, then you're going to be held fully accountable for your actions. Right now, they're not being held accountable because they're still learning. They don't know. You see what I'm saying? Three of Pentacles in reverse. They don't know. They're not working well. They're not tapped into their faith. They don't believe. If this is the Orishas, they may not believe in the Orishas. And this is why this is happening. But they're weak, They're not grounded. They're not solid to their family. Who could be the Orishas? They don't accept them. So they're learning about these people here. And apparently they're using me to teach them. Somebody completely stopped somebody's healing. There has not been, this person could be an earth angel. So somebody has stopped somebody's healing here. And they shouldn't be stopping someone's healing. Somebody needs to be healed. Like I told y'all, Oshun got fucked up and the other Orishas had to come help her heal. Okay, so maybe her energy was being healed, but somebody stopped it here. And I feel like some of these people are aware of what they're doing. They know there's something that's off with this energy here. Yeah, somebody don't have love in their life or a new beginning. And they have not spoken about this. They can keep this energy repressed, okay? There could be some animosity about this, but they have not spoken up about it. I feel like this is the deities here. They mad that somebody has not had a new beginning because people could be unenlightened here. They're also unhappy with this Emperor in reverse. They're unhappy with this Emperor in reverse. But they have not expressed this yet. They have not showed them that they're unhappy with this. Because these people still have some type of inheritance. This High Priestess could have some type of inheritance. Secrets have been exposed about a third party. And somebody not willing to put in the work, or this person has not put in the work for whatever they have obtained. Somebody who's fighting a cheating masculine that dealt with an Empress in reverse. So yeah, whoever these masculines ended up with, their women have not done any work spiritually to be able to be in their energy. Because remind you, these niggas is deities. Let me go ahead and say that. Let me go ahead and say that. These niggas ain't regular niggas. These niggas is deities in the flesh. And whoever they got kids with, these bitches ain't did no kind of work to sit next to them. Ogun and Shango in the spirit. They feel like these women have not done any work to be close to them like this. These niggas is big deals. These ain't no small fries. These niggas is heavyweights, hitters, archangels. And they feel like whoever they're connected to, these bitches ain't did no work to be sitting next to me. You know, these men could be established, of course. You know, they ain't small time niggas. These is bosses here. They're deities. And they, you know, and their higher self could feel like whoever they're connected to, they in these bad contracts with, they're like, bitch, you ain't even did no work to even be next to me. You didn't have access to Ogun's energy. You didn't have access to Shango's energy. You ain't even did the work. And here it is, Oshun and her daughters, they've been doing the work. We ain't even talking to them. So it's a lot of good women out here that's single, that need an archangel nigga, that need they ain't, okay, you know what? Daughters, I'm fighting for us, because they got us fucked up. Because whoever they with, they ain't done the work. They have not done the work to sit next to these deities who have been here living a human experience. Somebody's rushing in saying the truth here about a loss, about some type of loss that somebody's taking. This is why we're at war. And we shouldn't even be fighting with these motherfuckers for one. What we fighting with y'all for? We shouldn't even be fighting. They shouldn't even be fighting us. They fighting me. I'm a deity too. But they fighting me because these bitches know they ain't did the work to sit next to Ogun and Shango. And you know, they hate, you know, when they're fake, they're going to try to get rid of what's real. I'm facing charges, felony charges right now. They want me locked up in a motherfucking cage so they can continue to steal from me. So we got to fight these motherfuckers. We shouldn't even have to fight them. We are in charge. We are high-ranking beings coming down here to regulate shit, and these motherfuckers is insubordinate. They are insubordinate, you guys. They coming up against me, belt to ass. Yeah. And all because they don't respect hierarchy. They don't believe. So they going up against. We got to whoop their ass. We got to fight with them. And we shouldn't have to fight with them. We here to help. But you're going to have to do the work if you want my help. Nah, they've been getting help without doing the work. Because they've been taking advantage of these deities not knowing that they're deities. You hear what I'm saying? I told y'all this channel is for the elite. Yeah. So, you know, they're not being favored because we didn't have to fight with you motherfuckers to bring things into alignment. So that's going to cost you. You didn't have me out here fighting with your ass. That's going to cost you. You're not being favored. I'm going to walk away from this. You should have walked away from trying to have a fight with me because you really can't win this fight. Queen of Cups, who? These baby mamas. Or this could be the mother figures. Tell me about this Queen of Cups here. So, yeah, this could be the divine mother, the female deity here. This is not your fight here. These men gotta fight. This is not your fight. If you're the divine mother, you carry that energy, that Oshun energy, it's not for you to fight. Okay? This is not your fight. That the men, you done put them to the test. They gotta fight. And you're stressed out because you don't know if they're gonna make it. You don't know if they're gonna win this fight or not. You like, you niggas stress me out. Y'all down here, y'all got this big ass energy because y'all not human. Y'all whole deities out here. We can't afford for y'all to be emperor in reverse. They stress you out because they're not their higher self. You're not able to move forward peacefully. This is not your fight. They have to get in alignment. But you could be getting attacked because they're not in alignment. You know, these are the security guards of the universe. These are the authority figures. So if they sleep, then motherfuckers is out here playing. They stealing. They doing all kind of shit. Okay? Somebody here is ignorant here. Somebody here, it could be playing dumb about an emperor in reverse. Maybe you need to play dumb about an emperor in reverse because that's a good investment. Act like you don't know what the fuck going on. This could be a part of your manifestations because there is a disloyal bitch in your energy here that they could have a family with that stole from you. They have your inheritance. This is a weak bitch. This bitch could possibly be scared of you. They don't have the strength. They can't fuck with you, really. I mean, we already said that you're a deity. They could be just a regular bitch. I don't know what they are, but they are a thief. They are a thief. What I said, you a big fish. You a hierophant. You're their boss. Okay, they stole from you. They have a dysfunctional family dynamic with somebody that you could be connected to. This bitch is weak. But they sitting over there with your inheritance. Okay, and it could be because this masculine was cold-hearted to you or they're cold-hearted to them. This masculine was cold-hearted. They're King of Cups in reverse. They're stressed about an ending. Somebody could have wanted to be in competition with you. Okay? This could be a past family member or friend or somebody you have a past life with that's in competition with you. They're juggling it. Somebody giving them an equal give and take. This is a Jezebel spirit. This person is receiving an equal give and take from your person. This bitch ain't solid here. They're an Empress in reverse. They are an Empress in reverse. And your masculine is an Emperor in reverse being connected with this bitch. And they're sad and regretful about it. They want to walk away from this hoe so bad because she keeps them small. She does not allow them to become an emperor. They've been doing work on this masculine. They're a Jezebel. They could have did some type of sex mad. They doing work. They got this motherfucker by the balls here. They could have lost some type of finances. So they know that they can't receive anything. But this person could be a high-ranked being. They could be a big stepper. Like I said, they could be a deity here. Secrets have been exposed. There's no illusions about what's going on here. Yeah, somebody could be possessive, greedy. They could be overspending. Okay? Yeah, secrets that came out how this bitch wrote a check her ass can't cash. This Queen of Wands in reverse. She overspent. This man is a deity. He ain't no regular person. I don't know what. Yeah, hermit energy. Somebody could be a Virgo here. We talking about two different men. These men are not regular people. There could also be a Virgo here that they could have a group of people working against them, or these group of people ain't understanding what they're shining a light on. Yeah, Three of Pentacles come out again in the reverse. But they got time today. There's disharmony surrounding this Virgo here. Yeah, because they placing somebody under judgment about their destiny here. They're blowing a whistle. So this Virgo here is, you know, they advocate for people being in their destiny. So this is a Virgo here, though. This could be a deity, female or male. I feel like, you know, I don't know, but they could be, they place judgment on people that's not in their destiny. Say if you with a man or a woman and you ain't supposed to be with this man or woman. They call judgment on it, like, no, he belongs with Ashley. They're going to break that shit up. That is their job. That is their calling. That is what they're here to do. Put people in their destinies. You with the wrong person. You're not supposed to be with him. You're supposed to be over there. That's their job. They delegate people's destiny. You're not supposed to be with him. You're supposed to be with her. You're supposed to be A, B, and C here. That is their position in Ola Room. They call judgment on people's destinies here. People trying to be in relationships with people that they're not supposed to be with, that they don't have a destiny to be with. Somebody here is a whistleblower. Okay? And there could be an Empress in reverse here that they're specifically calling out. Okay? They know that there's somebody here is not an Empress. They know that they're not an Empress. And this person is getting good news. They didn't betray somebody. They also been betrayed before. Okay? So this deity is even nice to these women. She like, I understand you wanted good news because you've been through things in life. You felt like this is for you. Yeah, I understand that. I'm not confused about how you feel. So this energy is very empathetic as they're doing this. Like, you know, I understand you feel like this is what you deserve because you've been hurt before. You know, so you feel like you deserve this. But you told a lie. You told a lie to get this. You told a lie, or you're living a lie. You're a karmic lover. You're not chosen to be with this person. You're a Jezebel. And you are blocking things. A marriage. You are blocking healthy marriages from forming. Because you're not in alignment with who you're supposed to be with. So there's a healthy marriage that could have happened, but it did not happen. Four of Cups energy. Somebody could be going to jail here. Somebody could be in prison. They could already be in jail because of a third party. So this person is trying to lock somebody's counterpart up. Somebody could be in jail here, or could be going to jail. Yeah, they could be a high priestess here. And it's because they masculine ain't standing on business. So these women are even doing spell work to lock somebody up, to stop them from being in their destiny here. So, you know, divine masculine, these bitches trying to lock your divine feminine up. I just told y'all that I'm out on bail right now. And it's because these masculines here ain't standing on business about shit. Jesus. Let's see here, Spirit. What's the energy? Okay, there's no cyberbullying. Beauty. I'm looking fine. Big fine shit on the internet, baby. Fine shit. Beauty. Where's the beast? Okay? We're not cyberbullying them on the internet. We're stating facts. Okay? These people are emotionally and unemotionally intelligent. I don't know if somebody thinking that I got something or thinking that you got something. You don't. You're sexually protected. Okay? I could be doing... We know I smoke weed. Somebody's doing drugs. But I'm still too busy winning. Yeah, I got my feet up. I'm smoking on that. I got some green. I'm smoking on. I'm doing drugs, if that's what you want to call drugs. But I'm still too busy winning. I'm still in alignment. God see nothing wrong with what I'm doing here. But somebody is insecure. I don't know who's insecure. They may not, you know, display that they're insecure, but they are insecure. Okay? Because they've been abandoned. So this could be you, collective. You could be a little insecure because you've been abandoned. You know, I mean, you're human. Who wouldn't feel a little insecure if their person was choosing other people over them and left you out, walked away from you, treated you cold, abandoned? Somebody could have abandoned issues here. They don't have a spouse. They don't have a partner. Okay? And you just sitting up. You smoking your weed or whatever you smoking here. You still too busy winning. Okay, but you could be catching all the strays here. Okay, so you're being attacked, though, because somebody hates nothing about you. Like I said, these deities, Ogun, Shango, and all them, they know who you are. They love you. They fuck with you. But you're being attacked because they love you. You're being attacked because these people fuck with you. Or these energies, these deities. So you catching all the strays. You're not dodging any bullets. This could be why, like I said, I'm facing jail time. My kids called the police on me and made it seem like I was abusive to them, which is crazy. I had kids when I was 17. I sacrificed my life for these children. And only reason why I have been in balance is because of them. I dedicated my life to them. So for me to be facing charges behind these motherfuckers, thinking that I'm abusive to them, and my kids is older. They not no little babies. They 17. These motherfuckers want to fight. They want to tussle with me. My son, he's 15, but he look like he 18. He's big. They want to tussle with me. These ain't no little kids. I feel like they should be in court for attacking me. But we shall see. But somebody here don't hate nothing about you, and this is why you're being attacked. I'm telling you, they're into you. They hate nothing about you. Whether this is their higher self or their physical self. It's the fact that they like you while you're being attacked. These bitches is jealous that they like you. Okay? So they didn't call child services on you. Yeah. Beauty. They didn't call child services on Beauty. I done told y'all they didn't call child. These bitches is all in my business here. And let me tell y'all how this shit started. Because I'm finna just start speaking my truth. I'm not finna hide about shit. Yes, I am out on bail. And I pray that, you know, I'm not preyed upon because I'm saying this. But yeah. Child services. So my son ended up with his grandmother. Like I said, these kids like to fight with me. I had issues with him fighting with me. His dad is deceased. He's been gone since he was 7. So I don't have a dad to call and get on his ass when he want to fight with me. I got to call the police. I got to put him in a mental health complex. There's something wrong with his mind. He thinks it's okay to fight with me. So, you know, I had sent them to this nonprofit organization for children. It's like a shelter for kids. I sent him there. He can only stay there for 2 weeks. I sent them there as a lesson, like, okay, you're going to miss being at home. I'm going to make you stay there for 2 weeks. I'm not going to answer your calls. I'm going to make you think that I abandoned you, but I'm going to eventually let you come home. But you need to be taught a lesson about how to appreciate home and appreciate your mother. So I made him stay at the shelter for kids. I didn't answer his phone calls. I answered one time. I told him, don't call me no more. You're going to stay there until I decide you can come home. I'm not coming to get you. So, mind you, this place allows them to leave if they want to leave. They told me, like, we can't hold him here. If he decides he want to leave, he can leave. I'm like, okay, cool. So he kept calling me. I wasn't answering the phone. His grandmother goes and picks him up from the place. She didn't call me and ask me, is it okay if I go and get him? No call came. She just went and picked up my baby. Now, she talking about, oh, let's go to court, let's get this check, because he gets a disability check that I signed him up for when he was younger. So she like, oh, we finna get everything squished over. Now she's petitioning to take custody of him because she's under the impression I just left him at the shelter and didn't get him. I abandoned him. That's what you wanted to believe because you wanted his money. But okay, you could have called me and figured out what was going on, but she did not. So long story short, she petitions to get him. I didn't go to court. I didn't feel the need to go to court. He took his ass over there. He went over there lying on me. He already was fighting with me, so I did not fight for him. I did not go to court. The judge did not want this to happen because each time I didn't go to court, they rescheduled it like 3 different times. But I never went to court, so by default, she ends up getting custody of him. That's cool. It's not cool. I wanted my child, but not if you're going to be here fighting with me. Maybe it is best for him to go live with his grandma. I'm not opposed to that. Anything that you need to do to become the best version of yourself, even if that's not with me, then do that. So I let him stay with his grandma. But, I did want my child back. I was trying to petition to get him back, but only if he had told me he wanted to come back. So I asked him, like, you want to come back home? He's like, I don't know. I'm kind of confused. So I didn't do anything. I just left it what it was. So fast forward, 2 days after Christmas, the police brings him to my house. Wake me up out my sleep. Wee hours of the night, they at my door. Oh, he has to come back here. He done had a fight with grandma. It's a lot going on at that house. We think it's best for him to be over here. I'm like, okay, cool. Me being a mom, I'm happy to see my baby. I've never been apart from them aside from when, I got a story to tell. If I get into that, it's going to lead to a whole nother story. And I'm not good at telling stories, so I'm going to do the best I can. But I miss my child. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm happy to see him. I'm happy he's here. Yeah, he can come home. But legally, I did not have custody of him. Legally, she still had custody of him. She done jumped on him, beat him in the head with her fist. She done fought the kid, Things that I haven't even done, but I'm facing felony charges. But she done whooped his ass, like physically beat him up, and she's out free, no charges on her, none of that shit. And now that I'm facing these charges, the CPS, Child Services, took him back to where he was getting beat up at. So he's currently over there now, and I'm currently fighting charges. So I really feel like all of this shit was staged to get me locked up. They brought him here knowing that I did not have legal guardianship over him. His grandmother refused to give him clothes to go to school. So now I got to scrounge and figure out how I'm finna get him to school. I don't have legal guardianship, so I can't just go into school, even though I'm his mother, birth mother, carried him for 9 months. Got 7 stitches ripped up my ass for him. You mean to tell me I can't go into school and tell y'all, hey, he need a bus to my house so he can get back and forth to school? This is what the school tells me. No, you can't. You're not his legal guardian. You have to have the grandmother call up here and make that change. I don't get along with the grandmother. I heard mouth saying that she not going to make shit easy for me. I'm not giving you his clothes. I'm not going to make things easy for you. But if you don't know me, I'm going to let you know me. I'm a grade A gritter. I'm going to go and do what I need to do for my kids. So I ended up getting him some clothes to get back and forth to school. I ended up changing his bus. I had to go up to the school board and plead my case to them. They had to directly call the school and get things changed. I had to go to the head of the command. You know, I had to go to the head honcho with this shit. Like, you know, explain to them what was going on. And they had a choice whether they was going to be dark or light. And they chose to be light. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and call that school and get everything arranged so where he can get that bus from your house. So now he's going back and forth to school. This is everything that I have to do, being that I didn't have legal guardianship over a child that wants to fight with me. And as a result, me allowing him in my house, CPS coming to my house like I'm the one that got CPS called on me. They done came to my house like 3-4 different times. Oh, we need to make sure everything is good. Everything is good around this bitch, okay? Everything is good. They have food. They have beds. They have clothes. I mean, I don't have these type of issues. But they come into my house like I'm the one that got CPS called on me. And I kept asking them, like, why do I feel like y'all trying to line me up? Why I feel like y'all trying to build a case on me? Are y'all going to her house as much as y'all coming to my shit? Well, yeah, this is the process, being that you're going to be petitioning to get him back. We have to make sure that your home is sufficient for him. Bullshit. Because I'm not even the reason why y'all here. Y'all here because of her jumping on him. So really, there should be no reason of why y'all even in my fucking house. But, you know, I'm trying to look at this situation from a spiritual standpoint. Maybe this is happening for a reason. But it's weird. It's very much so weird. Kids at risk of being taken or is about to here. You're not being rejected. Somebody here is not being rejected, okay? But somebody ain't kissing your ass either. Something like that, okay? Somebody could be forcing things by whatever they're announcing. Maybe somebody feel like I'm forcing shit. I really don't know what is too much and what ain't. Okay, because there could be some things going on behind the scenes that you may be unaware about. So somebody feels like you're forcing something by making these announcements, okay? Maybe they feel like I'm forcing something. I don't know how to feel. Okay, you're not somebody that's envious. Okay, you're very loyal. You can have mixed signals when it comes to your heart space. Okay, or somebody here. Somebody don't want to hear something. I don't know who that is. Oh, okay. You're having mixed signals about your heart. You don't want to hear about how you hit the jackpot. Okay, like I said, you could be traumatized at this point. You done went through so much shit. You don't want to hear about how you done made it out on the other side. Or you could be going through these situations here to help you overcome something. You're not following your intuition about the fact that you always partying or somebody's always partying. They're promiscuous here. Or maybe somebody did not follow their intuition about always partying and being promiscuous. They're getting karma. Who is this? Setting the record straight in reverse. So somebody was saying that you was promiscuous. They were not using their intuition. This is a lie. Somebody was saying that you was promiscuous. You sleep around. They were saying that you sleep around here. And they know they fucked up saying this because I feel like that's not your energy. They were saying that you was promiscuous here. You're very bothered about what's been being said here. Yeah, you're very angry and bothered about somebody saying that you're promiscuous. You're shocked to hear this. Like, what? You said I was promiscuous? You're like, what the fuck? You're pissed. You're mad at this boss daddy in reverse. You like, you ain't no fucking boss. You let motherfuckers tell you that I was a hoe. Or you believe that I was a hoe. You're not a boss. You kicking their ass to the curb. You like, what the fuck? You kicking a masculine to the curb here. Somebody could have been getting photo proof on you, getting evidence about some shit here. You kicking their ass to the curb. You like, you believe, yeah. They ain't checking themselves about getting evidence about you. Maybe they were stalking you. You kicking their ass to the curb. Like, you trying to get evidence on me. You keeping me a secret. You ain't gave me no dick. You ain't did nothing. You say, I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of my energy. You're not a boss daddy. No, I'm not falling to pieces. I'm actually growing. You're getting karma for thinking that I was promiscuous, thinking that I was always partying. Okay? Somebody here is not at their breaking point with whatever is going on. And that's another reason why they're getting karma. You're not going to be in a girl fight with anybody. You're not fighting with no bitch. This not your fight, like I said. Okay? Because you're growing. You're not finna fight with them. You don't have a romantic love offer, and you have not gotten along with anybody. But we have fake accounts. So somebody is lying about having an affair with somebody and getting the room. Somebody could also be spying on you through fake accounts here. People are not looking into this. Or they're not looking into whatever somebody is lying about, having an affair or getting a room with somebody here. They ain't looking into this shit. Okay? This person is getting karma because they're not looking into what's going on. Consequences, cause and effects about them lying about what they did not do. Okay, you're not a hater. You're actually hopeless because people are not looking into this hater who wants to spiritually attack you, saying that they ain't betrayed you. You're hopeless because people ain't looking into this hater. They ain't looking into what has happened to you. So now the police is here. They done conjured up some type of shit. Like I said, I got issues with the police now. Fantasy. This is their fantasy for you to have issues with the police. Daydreaming, imagining the police locking you the fuck up. And they got fake smiles. They fake smiling with you here. Yeah. The police came in. Yeah, this is the real version of you. You're not a copycat. You're not an impersonator. They sending the police at your ass. A situation is about to explode. Yeah, I told y'all that the kids don't let the motherfucking police in my house. That officer did not ask me anything of what happened. He just proceeded to put me in handcuffs. You're going to jail for what? You ain't questioned me about what happened. First of all, this little motherfucker ain't even supposed to be in my house. I don't have guardianship over him. And I called CPS and told them, like, y'all gonna have to get him. He's still wanting to fight with me. Oh, well, we feel like he should be with his mom, and we're gonna help you with resources. Resources never came. That just gave y'all time to get him to call the police on me. Do a spiritual attack to get him to sabotage me. To get me to act out. And I end up getting into a fight with my sister. Well, these kids, they're demonic. Everybody is demonic who don't believe. That's how I feel. They can be used if they don't know what they need to know. Simply put. So these people are imagining the police coming to get you because you're not an impersonator. You're not heartbroken about the fact that somebody has broken their promise, or they're not heartbroken. Somebody here could have some money, but there's no love. Love story. Facts. So somebody here got money, but there's no love. They're not thinking about love. This could be somebody here that married for money, or maybe these people can fall in love eventually, but going into it, they're not going to be in love. But they could have money. Somebody here don't have a bad reputation, so they're not in their feelings. Somebody wants somebody back here, but you know, somebody wants somebody back, but it's more than one person that wants you back. Whatever this is, there's more. I already said that there's two masculines here. Somebody wants you back. They both could. This is crazy. Somebody here is caught up for not kissing your ass. They're supposed to be kissing your ass. Why? Because you beauty and they the beast. So that's the reading, you guys. They done put you through so much here. They done put you through so much. You were never supposed to be facing criminal charges and all of this shit here. They done let these spirits get a hold to they divine feminine, who is beauty. This is a mess. I want to kind of tap into Beauty's energy. Let's see what she's dealing with right now. Charming, graceful, kind-hearted. Let's see what's going on with Beauty. Beauty going through it here. Beauty going through it. What I said, she's stressed because these masculines ain't right. They're King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, she's stressed the fuck out, and she got every right to be. I mean, hello, I told y'all I'm facing jail time. I don't know how this shit gonna go. The state done picked it up. I'm praying that I can't handle that. I don't want that. I don't need that. And I feel like they need to go find some real criminals. Because I dedicated my whole life to these kids. There's no reason why I should be going to jail for disciplining them. I didn't even discipline them. These motherfuckers try to discipline me. They're 17 and 15. They big as me. But anyway, so Beauty, you dealing with a disloyal bitch and a karmic masculine. There's two imbeciles here that's affecting your life. These two. They are in some type of commitment together. Or this could be you and your they have a dysfunctional family dynamic. Their dysfunctional family dynamic worked against you. It causes endings against you. It causes death in your life. Endings. Yeah. So that's what's going on. That's what Beauty is going through right now. Okay? And it has something to do with a past life energy. This energy follows you to fuck around. And people are unenlightened that you have an enemy. Okay? It's been exposed now, though. You've been telling them. Okay? But maybe you might want to not do that because I feel like there's some work to be put in here. And it may not be happening because you speaking out about it. So if you being abused, if you going through shit, you just gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to suffer for the greater good. You're gonna have to, Divine Feminine. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to suffer the greater good. Suffer for the greater good. Hope you pray that you make it out on the other side of this shit here. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to have to be strongly rooted in God here. Okay? Because everything that's happening to you is happening for you. Okay? So I'm going to leave y'all with that. Go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe button. Peace.